Okay, best regard for everyone. Welcome to this mini webinar. We are here in this meeting with our classmates because we are going to dispose our mini webinars about the course English conversation. It will be about random topics, and we hope that it will be a fruitful space to learn about different topics and to communicate our areas and questions related to it. Okay, let's start. I will be the first one. Okay, let me share my screen with all of you. Mhm. Okay, you can see my screen, yes?
Yeah.
Okay, firstly, I
Yes.
would like to introduce myself. I'm Jorge Luis Mendoza Roa. I'm studying a bachelor degree in foreign languages with an emphasis in English. And this is my mini webinar about the course English conversation. The topic of this mini webinar will be gamification, a strategy to improve the learning and teaching process. Okay, it will be divided in different parts. I'm going to explain you what is gamification, some characteristics and elements, what is important in education, a short video, and some examples of gamification. Okay, let's start with what is gamification. It is important to know that gamification is that use of games mechanics to encourage people to participate and complete different kind of tasks. According to the stuff and Nailstar 2013, they say that gamification referred to the application of game dynamics, mechanics, and framework into not-game settings. What it means? It means that gamification is that option that we have to create a class or to create activities using games as an element to implement a topic. Maybe sometimes the topics in English could be a little bit complicated or in in different areas. For that, we can use the gamification to make it easier and effectively. Nowadays, the students likes to learn through games, and it is a good option to improve the teaching and the learning process. Some of the most important characteristics of gamification in education are the motivation. It is because the students feel motivated with activities because they feel that they are playing a game and they are going to win. For that, they are going to be interested in the game. They are going to get active participation during the development of it. They are going to get immediate feedback because they are going to be receiving a feedback. For example, congratulations, you did it great, or encourage, you can try it again. They're going to get goal-oriented learning because this gamification have a goal that is to get something, to get like points or to get a final message. It is something that is going to motivate them to complete the whole game and at the same time be learning about an important topic that we, as teacher, we want to teach during the class. It's going to foster collaboration and competition because they can collaborate to complete the game, or they can get a competition between all the students. They're going to be engaged with the game. It's going to get personalized learning. It is something important as educators because we can personalize the learning process and the teaching process because we can know if we want to work, I don't know, about the weather, about the quotes. We can create an interactive presentation with games related to this topic and implement vocabulary, different kinds of activities involving all the skills like listening, writing, and all the skills to practice the language. We have the problem-solving skills because during all the gamification, they are going to be thinking critically about how they are going to solve the problem to get an answer and to complete the game. And they're going to get a reward system during all the game because they are going to get points or I don't know. There could be multiple kind of things that they can get if they win an stage or level. Okay, the most important elements of a gamification. We have the points, the budgets. Those are like they are what they are going to win if they complete a level or a mission. We have the levels or the challenges or missions. They are each one of the stages that they can play, that they have to complete and unlock. If they answered something, they are going to unlock the next level. and they're going to feel motivated during the development of the gamification. The leaderboard, that is the whole content of the gamification, the rewards that are the prizes that are going to get, the feedback they're going to get, how I said before, they're going to get immediate feedback during all the game. If they did a correct answer, they're going to receive a good feedback. But if they didn't incorrect, they're going to receive that feedback and to try it again. And they can choose an avatar to develop the activity. Okay, here it's another important part, that is what is important in education. Gamification, it is important in education because it facilitates the learning process, sorry, the learning process, and it will be meaningful to the students. They are going to uh, they're going to they're going to feel motivated and participate in the whole class through these kind of activities, because what I said before, sometimes when we are teaching grammar or different kind of subjects, they feel boring during the classes, and it will help them to foster that interaction and that engagement. For instance, you can see here in this video, it was something it was a gamification that I used in a practical scenario. Other one is, it is a good weather to fly a kite. Cloudy or rainy. Okay, how you can see that in the video, it was a gamification related to the weather uh, and the clothes that they can wear. It was like a project that I created with them, and it was so fruitful because they learn about it, they participate with engagement during all the activity, during all the gamification, and it was a good activity, and the results were so excellent. Okay, let me see. In a moment. I sorry. No. Okay, here you can see that we have two different examples about gamification. I'm going to show you a little bit of it. Uh, mm, mm, sorry. Okay, let's wait. It is loading. Data needs a little bit, but okay, for instance, here we have an example of a gamification that it was the gamification that I used during the class. It was an escape room about the weather and clothes. Here you can see that we have button, we have different levels or the stages related to different activities. We have the first one that is like answer the questions, and they have to answer with the question that is it a hot weather, and they have to select according to the image if it is cloudy, sunny, or windy. In this case, it is sunny. Yeah, it is correct. We can unlock the next question. You have to use an umbrella. What kind of weather is it? Rainy, cloudy, or sunny? If we select sunny, it says incorrect, come back. Yes, you can see that it is an example of a gamification. Yeah, and that's basically all. Here we have like the reference, and that was everything related to this topic, gamification. I hope that it was so useful for you to learn about how to use a gamification during a class and how it will be so useful in the teaching and learning process. Thank you. If you have any question related to it, you can do it. Uh, okay. Okay, Juliana, you raise your hand. What is your question?
And my question is, how can teachers use gamification in a course without make into the computer?
Okay. Okay, the use of gamifications in an educational context, it will be so easy, but we have, as teacher, we have to take into account different aspects like what we want to show during the gamification, or what is the topic that we want to teach, and analyze it better, analyze that, and try to create activities that would have to be interrelated between them, and then teach that to the students. It is like the key of this part, and maybe try to do like a research about the topic and what will be like so useful to try to create the presentation. What about you, Freddy? What is
Thank
your
you.
question?
Hello, Jorge. Thanks. Eh, Jorge, can you mention some tools that can be used to create gamified classes?
Okay, yes, of course. Okay, the most common one or that I use is Genially. It is a common one because they have like different, uh, I don't know how to say it, different like the platform is so useful to create that gamification because it allows us to implement different kind of buttons, and it is like easier because we don't have to program all the platform because they have everything created, and we can choose like the perfect one and try to up the topic that we want to teach according to that. For that, generally, is the most competent one to create that kind of gamification.
Okay, thanks, Jorge.
Okay, thank you. Goodbye. Okay, Freddy, you can share your screen. It's your turn to present your topic.
Okay, give me a moment, please. Okay, you can see my screen, colleagues. Hello.
Yes, we can see.
Yes.
Okay. Eh, Today I am going to talk about the history and and evolution of firefighters around the world. Uh, this timeline helps us understand how firefighting changed from very simple methods in ancient civilizations to the highly professional emergency services we know today. Firefighters are very important in every society because they protect lives, homes, buildings, and entire communities. However, the work and equipment they use today are the result of many centuries of development, innovation, and organization. Let's begin with the origins of firefighting during the Roman Empire. The first important historical reference dates back to 24 BC, before of Christ. During this period, a Roman general named Marcus Licinius Crassus created the first private firefighting brigades. These groups were organized to respond to fires in the city of Rome. However, their methods were very controversial. Uh, Historical records say that some members of these brigades started fires intentionally. Then they offered to extinguish the fire only if the property owners agreed to sell their buildings to Crassus at a very low price. If the owners refused, the buildings were allowed to burn. Although this system was unfair, it was one of the first organized attempts to fight fires in history. Uh, a few years later, in six before Christ, I'm sorry, is before Christ, Emperor Augustus created an official firefighting and security corps called the Vigiles. Uh, this organization is considered one of the first public fire departments in history. The Vigiles were responsible for protecting the city, especially during the night. They use leather buckets, hooks, axes, ladders, and manual water pumps to fight fires. Uh, this was a very important step because firefighting become a public service instead of a private business. Many historians consider the vigiles the foundation of modern civil protection system used today in many countries. Several centuries later, in the year 1254, King Louis IX of France ordered citizens to organize fire watch groups. Uh, the objective was to improve safety in cities and respond more effectively to fires. Uh, this decision demonstrated that governments were beginning to recognize the importance of fire prevention and organized emergency response. Another major advancement uh, happened in 1672 when Dutch inventor named John van der Heyden created the first flexible fire hose made of leather. Before this invention, firefighters mainly used buckets to transport water. Uh, this process was slow and inefficient. The flexible hose changed firefighting forever because it allowed water to reach the fire directly, sorry, and more quickly. This invention greatly improved firefighters' ability to control fires. Uh, in 1721, Richard Newsham patented the first manual fire engine in London. This machine worked with a system operated by two people moving a lever up and down. It helped pump water to higher places and made firefighting more effective in urban areas with taller buildings. Uh, at this point, technology was becoming an important part of firefighting operations. In 1736, the first volunteer fire company is in the United States was established. Uh, it was called the Union Fire Company and was founded by Benjamin Franklin and other citizens in Philadelphia. Volunteer firefighters became very important in many communities, especially in places where there were no professional fire departments. This idea of community service and teamwork remains as an essential value in many fire departments today. Uh, Now, let's move to the 19th century, uh, when firefighting became more professional. Uh, 1810, Napoleon Bonaparte created the first professional firefighting corps in France, known as the Sapeur Pompiers. Uh, these firefighters were military engineers and members of the French army. Their training, discipline, and organization influenced many modern fire departments around the world. This moment marked the beginning of firefighting as a recognized profession. Uh, okay, a few years later, in 1821, the first steam powered fire engine was introduced. This machine represented a major technological revolution because it could pump water more efficiently uh, than manual systems. Firefighters could now respond faster and fight larger fires more effectively. By 1850, firefighters began using protective uniforms, similar to military clothing. These uniforms help protect them from extreme heat and dangerous conditions during the fires. Safety equipment became increasingly important as firefighters faced more complex emergencies. Uh, in the early 20th century, more improvements appeared. In 1914, respirator and protective masks were redesigned and improved. Originally, many of these devices were created to protect the people uh, from chemical attacks during wartime. But firefighters also benefited from this technology because it allowed them to breathe more safely in smoke-filled environments. Okay, in 1920, traditional leather boots were replaced with rubber boots, which offered better protection against water, heat, and dangerous materials. By 1830, specialized masks were developed for different gases and hazardous substance. This showed that firefighting was becoming more scientific and specialized. Uh, Throughout the 20th century, uh, firefighting technology advanced rapidly. Steam powered engines were replaced by gasoline and diesel fire trucks. A automatic sprinkler system were developed to help control fires inside buildings before firefighters arrive. At the same time, breathing equipment, communication systems, and firefighting techniques improved significantly. Firefighters become better prepared to respond not only to fires, but also to rescues, accidents, and natural disasters. Eh, Today, firefighters are highly trained professionals who perform many different roles in society. Modern fire departments respond to fires, traffic accidents, medical emergencies, hazardous materials incidents, floods, earthquakes, and rescue operations. They use advanced technology such as thermal imaging cameras, specialized rescue equipment, drones, and modern protective gear. In addition, firefighters today receive continuous training to improve their physical, technical, and emergency response skills. Their work requires courage, teamwork, discipline, and quick decision making under pressure. In conclusion, the history of firefighters shows us how humanity has continuously searched for better ways to protect lives and communities. From simple leather buckets in ancient Rome to modern rescue technology, firefighting has evolved enormously over time. Uh, every innovation, invention, and organizational improvement has helped firefighters become more efficient and safer while serving society. Finally, firefighters represent more than emergency response professionals. They symbolize bravery, sacrifice, and commitment to helping others in difficult moments. Thank you, colleagues, for your attention. Uh, Please, if anyone has any questions of the subject, I'm happy to answer them.
Okay, thank you, Freddy. It was a great, uh, yeah, a great exposition about the evolution of firefighters, and it is important to know about it. And maybe I would like to ask you, in your opinion, do you consider that nowadays, the use of firefighters are important in a city, and why?
Jorge, yes, they are very important. Uh, Considering that cities and buildings are getting bigger and bigger, which represents a greater risk of fires and requires a higher levels of preparedness and also commitment, which not everyone has the capacity or, to contribute to the community.
Okay, Ray. And my question is, what do you think has been the most important invention for free hands throughout history?
Juliana, mm, I think the main advancement for firefighters has been the training of their personnel or the firefighters, specializing in different areas of emergency response and community service. On the other hand, the implementation of fire engines has also significantly reduced the potential for damage uh, from fires worldwide. Uh, okay, I hope that's clear, colleague.
Thank you, Ray.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. Right now, it is your turn, Juliana. You can share your screen and introduce yourself. Go ahead.
Can you be in my presentation?
No yet.
No.
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 ¿Le dicen compartir, compañera?
Okay, I don't know what happened. Maybe can I do it for you if you want?
Se la voy a compartir porque no me quiere dejar, no sé por qué. Le voy a compartir, ¿no?
Okay, I'm going to try to do it for you. Going to share the screen for you. Give me a moment.
Okay, thank you. Um, Hello, my name is Juliana Gras, and today I will talk about how technology helps students in learning English. Technology is important in education because it makes learning areas fairer and more interactive. Next. Today, many students using technology every day. Students can learn English using apps, videos, games, and social medias. Technology helps students practice English in a fun and simple way. Introduction, Jorge. In this presentation, we saw some benefits of technology and some useful app for learning English. Next, with is technology important? Technology important because a student can practice English anytime and anywhere. For example, students can watch videos, listen to music, or play educational games. Um, Technology also helps students improve listening and pronunciation. Another benefit is motivation. Students usually enjoy interactive activities more. Next, useful app and platforms. Um, there are many useful apps for learning English. One, Duolingo. It helps students practice vocabulary and grammar. To YouTube is useful for listening and pronunciation. Three Kahoot makes learning fun with the games and quiz. For Canva helps teacher and students um, presentations. Five, TikTok also had short educational videos in English. Yes. Benefits for students. Technology gains my benefits for to students. Students can improve pronunciation and listening skills. They can also learn a new vocabulary more easily. Interactive activities help students practice more in class. technology makes and learning English and more dynamic and interesting. Yes. A small activity. And now let's do a small activity. Please match the app with either function. For example, Duolingo is um, for practice, ya sea como for practice. YouTube is a listening videos. Kahoot is for interactive games. Now I had a question. Which app do you use to learn English? ¿Alguno utiliza alguna de esas aplicaciones para aprender inglés? Kahoot, YouTube,
Um,
Duolingo.
okay, yes, in my case, I have used the three of them. At the beginning of my process learning English, I used Duolingo. You know, it is like the most common one that we use when we want to learn a second language, but I consider that it could be useful, but it's when you advance in another level, it is like easier for you because it's like everything the same. Yeah, YouTube is also useful to listen to music or videos or to English. It is so useful. And Kahoot it is important to like to create quizzes and all of that. It is so interactive. I have used the three of them.
Thank you, Jorge. For me, using YouTube and Canva, usually. Um, in conclusion, next. In conclusion, technology is an excellent tool for learning English. It helps students feel more motivated and active in class. Technology also make learning more creative and interactive. Teachers teachers can use in technology digital tools to create a better learning experience. Next. Thank you for attention. Do you have any question?
Eh, I have a question, Juliana.
Okay, Freddy.
Eh, colleague, have you found it easy to apply these tools in the educational environments where you carry out your teaching practices?
Yes, and sometimes it has been easy because many students enjoy using technologies in class. However, sometimes there are difficulties like internet in connection or limited access to these sets. Even so, tours help make class a more interactive and motivating for students. Thank you.
Okay,
Okay,
thanks, Juliana.
okay, thank you. I
Okay.
have another question for you. That is, according to all your experience, I know that you are a training teacher, but you are also an English learner. Because I'm an English learning too. And according to your experience, um, what apps do you consider is the most useful to learn a second language?
Okay, Jorge. In my personal opinion, I think YouTube is the most useful app to learning a second language because students can practice for listening, pronunciation, and vocabulary in a fun way. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, thank you for everyone. It was everything in this mini webinar. We hope that it was a fruitful space to learn about this important topic about the tools to learn a second language, about gamification and the evolution of the firefighter. Thank you for everything, and this is the end. Goodbye.
Bye bye.
Okay,
Thank you.
thanks, Jorge and Juliana. Thanks so much.